Heron of Alexandria was a talented inventor who lived in the 1st century AD. His creations were used in temples, but their impact extends far beyond his time. Some of his ideas are still relevant today. Although he lived nearly 2,000 years ago, his discoveries were remarkably advanced. Judge for yourself how far ahead of his time he really was. One of the earliest recorded steam-powered devices, the aioli pile, worked using reaction force. A sealed sphere was mounted on a pivot with 2 bent tubes acting as exhaust nozzles. Water was heated inside the sphere, turning into steam. As the steam escaped through the tubes, the sphere began to spin. Although it wasn't used for practical applications, this concept foreshadowed the steam engine, which wouldn't be developed until nearly 1,700 years later. An early automated door system used heat, air pressure, and water displacement. A fire on an altar heated the air inside a sealed chamber. As the air expanded, it pushed water into another container. The shifting weight pulled a rope, opening the temple doors. Once the fire was extinguished, the air cooled and contracted, pulling the water back and closing the doors. This was one of the first known examples of hydraulic and pneumatic automation. This early vending machine dispensed a controlled amount of holy water in temples. When a coin was inserted, it landed on a pan connected to a lever, opening a valve to release water. As the pan continued tilting, the coin eventually slipped off, triggering a counterweight to snap the valve shut. This ensured a set amount of water was dispensed per coin, just like modern vending machines. An automated theatre used gears, pulleys, and a rotating drum to control a mechanical play that lasted nearly 10 minutes. Ropes and knots programmed in advance moved figures in sequence, creating an early example of programmed automation. Even sound effects were automated. Metal balls were dropped onto a drum at precise moments to create the sound of thunder. The odometer was an important tool for road construction and travel. A wheel turned a set of gears connected to a rotating drum. For every fixed number of wheel rotations, the drum marked 1 unit of distance. This same principle is still used in modern odometers. Many of his war machines improved military strategy. A more advanced ballista could launch projectiles farther and with more force. Some defensive mechanisms automatically dropped stones on approaching enemies using weighted trigger systems, reducing the need for direct human operation. This self-powered fountain functioned using hydrostatic energy. Water was stored in interconnected chambers. As air pressure built up, it pushed water upward, creating a continuous water flow without an external pump. Similar designs are still used today in water displays. An early wind-powered machine used wind to pump air into organ pipes, creating music. This is the first recorded instance of wind power being used to operate a machine, long before windmills became common. An early concept of temperature measurement was described in his writings. A sealed tube, partially filled with air, was placed in a container of water. As air expanded or contracted with temperature changes, the water level inside the tube moved accordingly. This principle later led to the invention of the thermometer. The inventions of Heron of Alexandria may have been designed for temples and entertainment, but they introduced ideas that shaped automation, engineering, and mechanics. Concepts like steam power, fluid control, wind energy, and automation, pioneered nearly 2,000 years ago, still influence technology today. Which invention do you think was the most impressive? Please like, subscribe, and comment below.